my friends, my neighbors and relatives, my uncle, aunt, and loved ones watching the channel. And dear gal, I miss you very, very much. I would like to introduce myself to you. Why is it longer? I went through difficult circumstances, psychological state, depression, insomnia, anxiety, severe and very violent. And the deterioration of my psychological state could have ended my life and died immediately. Support me Blake and subscribe to the channel. I'm Ibtiham Muhammad Jamal. Thank God I was in a long emotional state and I was engaged to a colleague at work. By the way, I am an employee in an import and export company, and my colleague was Ahmed Ma. And we were engaged for a long time, about 6 years old, and Ahmed Khatibi was going through a difficult psychological condition and was being treated for it. But frankly, I do not know that Ahmed has a psychological condition and a condition of epilepsy. Only after 3 years of our engagement, and after I learned that he has epilepsy and psychological fatigue, I was afraid of him and I was afraid of myself and my future with him. And Ahmed, my fiancé, was in my house. We were sitting purely normal and suddenly the situation came to him. He convulsed and his body became stiff, his nerves stiffened, and he screamed loudly and threw himself on the ground, his body trembling on the ground and spit out of his mouth. We were afraid and did not know what to do, and Papa, Mama and my sisters were afraid, and then we went to the neighbors quickly to save us from his condition. We did not know that it was epilepsy, which after the doctor came and examined him, and the doctor told my father and mother that this is a first-degree epilepsy and that he has an epileptic focus. It must be treated and that epilepsy is preferable to a person to the extent that he spends his life. It could be a hereditary condition, and its treatment will be with the person at length. And if the case does not take the treatment, the case will come immediately. And it can end the life of its owner. My father, mother, uncle and aunts advised me that I stay away from my fiancé Ahmed because his life is threatened with death, and that if I am enriched and continue my life with Ahmed, it will be my fate to be widowed quickly while I am in the prime of my youth. That is why they advised me that I should leave Ahmed my fiancé and stay away from him. Knowing that Ahmed was very emotional and sensitive, he was also a spiritual poet and a loving person, and this made me stick to Ahmed my fiancé more. But I was sad from the inside and my heart broke with sadness for Ahmed. Exactly a week later, one of Ahmed's relatives came to us and told us that Ahmed had passed away. Then he fainted and fell to the ground. After that, I got tired of myself and nervous fatigue, and I came to a state of insomnia and anxiety. And my father and mother entered the psychiatric hospital to be treated in it, and I hope that my condition stabilizes. And the doctor was giving me treatment for nerves and psychological anxiety. But my case was severe because I loved Ahmed, my fiancé, sincere love, soft feelings, and hot feelings. And because he was a poet and he used to recite poetry in a beautiful way that touched the terrified heart and made my heart beat in an unusual way. It was for this reason that I tried to commit suicide from the hospital. And I went from my room from the hospital that I was going to the bathroom. But I tried to commit suicide and threw myself from the 3rd floor of the hospital, but as I came down from the top and hit the ground, and for luck, I got down on my back and I got a fracture in the vertebrae. Then they caught me in the hospital and entered the operating room quickly. And I worked and installed a slide and screws in the vertebrae. I had a fracture in the pelvis and an anal fissure, and a broken neck. I took treatment and worked in the hospital more than one operation. But I became helpless now and unable to move. Then my father and mother took me home and I became a bed-sitter and a person paralyzed and unable to do anything. My father, mother and sisters used to serve me instead of me serving them and doing everything for them. My condition deteriorated further and I tried to commit suicide again by cutting my hand artery with the knife on the food. But my mother followed me again and took the knife from me after injuring my hand only. I live a miserable and unhappy life and a boring, bleak and tasteless life. I am asking God for mercy and He takes my soul because I am tired of being single and mentally tired. And asking to die at any time. If I had another chance to die, I would not be late. I am tired in my life, and luck in the world is a monster and very miserable. What should I do? Ibtiham Muhammad Jamal.